All
I
right,
do
just started
feel.
recording.
Okay.
So for the C day, since you said you don't have an open wall, instead of the wall reverse plank in the little parentheses, it says or supine isotees. We're going to do that one instead since we don't have that wall available.
Okay.
What you're going to do for supine isotees, we're going to be on the ground. And you're going to, right here, tucking the hips. You're going to take your palms up towards the ceiling and just push into the ground as hard as you can without letting your shoulders round forward. So again, we're tucking, we're pushing, and you're just going to hold that for 30 seconds. That really doesn't want to move that out.
So.
Yeah, let's tilt that down. We'll take a quick peek.
Can you see?
Yes, I can.
So you had your knees bent, your arms are out.
Yep. And your first thing should be tucking the hips.
Well,
and then,
okay, tuck hips.
Yep. And now pushing your shoulders, your elbows, your arms into the floor. Think about leading with your shoulders first.
Wait, into the floor.
Yep, into the floor. We're just trying to create tension in the upper back. That's it. You're not bridging. You're not doing anything. You're going to hold it for about 3 to 5 seconds, and then you're just going to release the tension on your arms. And then you would do it again. Push hard into the floor. You just want to kind of feel behind your shoulders work, in between your shoulder blades. You want to feel some tension in your core a little bit. Well, it's a very easy looking exercise, but if you're creating enough tension, it's pretty hard.
Yeah.
So that would be your supine isotees, and we'll do that instead of the wall reverse planks. Your next one is
what does a wall reverse plank look like? Can you show me that?
Yeah.
For the heck of it.
Let me show you. I will turn. Probably able to use the wall right here. There we go. Make sure you can see me. I think you can see me. Yep. So you'll be leaning up against the wall a little bit. Body stiff as a plank, and you're just going to drive into the wall with your arms and plank off, squeezing the shoulder blades, and then you would just come back down.
Yeah.
And back.
I used to do that with Mark. I could do that against a door.
Oh, yeah. I mean, if you wanted to do that, I wasn't sure if you were concerned with, because the window would still be in there, like you said earlier.
Yeah. Yeah, no, maybe my closet door, I can do it against.
Yeah, so if you want to do either one of those, you can do one set with the supine isotees, one set with the wall reverse planks. But either one's fine with me.
Yeah. I liked that one.
Yeah.
When I was having shoulder issues, it seemed to.
It's a good one. Yeah. That's what I was like, well, your shoulder's behind you. Let's do it.
Okay.
And then your push-up position knee tucks, you've done before, but if you have that closet door you can use, there's something you can do instead that I like for a little extra activation. Let me turn this a little bit so I can angle it down. There we go. All right. So if you have a wall behind you, what you're going to do is shove your feet pushing into that wall. So there's a little bend in my knees. I'm pushing hard into the wall, or if you don't have a wall available, that's fine too. Make sure your hands, you're gripping the ground and you're rotating out from the shoulder. And then you're just going to slowly drive the knee up and back with as much tension into the wall as you can, as much tension into the core as you can. And you would just slowly march for 4 each side, I'm sorry. There you go. Yeah, looks good. Nice job. Just making sure you create as much tension as you can in your shoulder, really rotating out from that joint. Good. And that's your push-up position knee tucks. Now we've done that as a conditioning, but we're trying to slow it down and create as much tension in the core for core exercise instead. So your next circuit is a staggered band front RDL. And you're gonna need to have a band attached in the front of you. Let me grab this. I think my band should be far enough so you can see me. So I just have a band hooked up in front of me on the doorknob. Angle this down a little bit. There we go. Okay, so band's out in front of me. There's a little bend in the knee. What you're gonna do is hinge into the hip like an RDL, letting the band get pulled forward. And as you go to stand up, you're gonna pull those hips through like an RDL and then pull the band next to your hips. So reaching out, this is kind of like your counterbalance, so you can put more tension into your glutes and your hamstring. And then you're just going to pull through and stand on up. Oh, I'm sorry. It's a staggered position. I showed you feet even. Staggered.
Ah,
One foot's in front, one foot slightly behind. The mechanics are still the same. Just make sure the back foot is just on the toes. And then it's the same motion. You'll do 8.
the back
with one
foot
leg.
on toes.
Yes, back foot's on the toes. Yeah, good. Now, as you go to hinge, your arm should kind of reach out in front of you a little bit for a little counterbalance.
Oh.
There you go. And then pull it in as you stand up. That's the move. There you go. Yeah, much better. That just provides you a little counterbalance and you can sit in your hips more. And after 8, you would just switch your legs and do 8 more.
Okay.
Test a couple on this side. Nice. Both sides feel about even with the hip?
I'm not, let me try that. I feel more discomfort when I've got the left foot back.
Left foot back, okay. Are you feeling it in your right hip?
It's in the right hip.
Okay. I mean, you're going to feel some tension there, but are you gripping the ground with your right toes as hard as you can?
Yeah, I am now. Still,
Yeah,
it's the same.
Still in there.
That hip's just not as mobile.
Yeah.
I guess.
Okay. It's not painful though, right?
No. I mean, it's the same old stuff.
Same old. All right. Well, hopefully that should start helping out after a little bit. Your next one actually is just on the ground. It's a 6-point rotary stability. So on the floor. Let me angle this. I'm actually going to bring this down because I want you to see very closely what I'm doing with my arms and my legs. Yeah, this will be a good spot. So 6 points. Knees are on the ground underneath the hips. Toes are dug into the floor. Hands are right underneath your shoulders. And as always, I'm gripping and I'm corkscrewing into the floor with my shoulders. 6-point rotary stability. I'm going to push my left hand and my right knee and right foot into the floor. And as I push, my opposite hand and leg should kind of rise up. And then I come back down. And then I would switch, push to the floor, rise up, come back down. And I say push is because a lot of people just kind of pick up the other hands and they just do this and nothing's going on. We're not creating the stability through the ground. So it's more of a push through the ground than a lift with the remaining arm and leg.
Okay.
Let's see how it looks.
Six. Push.
Yeah, that's where we want to create all that rigidity, that stability from, is through the floor.
Okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Then your next one is backpack slams. You said you might be able to make that work. So honestly, anything you can throw in a backpack or a shopping bag or just a bunch of towels. It's just something that's cushioned, that's a little light, and you're just going to slam the crap out of it. If you don't have that available, I'm going to show you what a drop squat is. That's your option instead of slamming something. And a drop squat, make sure you can see me. The ceiling's a little high. You're going to reach as tall as you can. I can't because the ceiling's a little higher than I would. But you're going to be straight up. And I'm on my toes, and I'm going to do like a quick little fall. I'm going to fall into a squat. And I'd come back up. So I'd reach up, get onto my toes, quick fall into a squat. It's like you're trying to land from a jump, basically.
So I don't know if you can see me. Reach up.
Basically, I need to see your feet, so this works out perfectly. But you want to reach up, get on your toes, and then a quick fall. See if you can get really high on your toes, like a little calf raise at the very top of that.
Oh, while I'm here?
Yeah, there you go. And then quick drop.
Down.
Yes, so almost like you just fell into the squat, basically.
I am falling.
Yeah, that was it. That was the move. That was good. Good. So that would be what you would do if you're not going to do a backpack slam.
if I'm doing the slam, I'm not going up on my toes, right?
You can.
Or-
You don't have to, but you can. I like to.
Oh,
Yeah, it's a little extra range of motion.
I
Always good to
think I
work on the
have an
tendon
old
health of your toe.
quilt I can use
Oh, there you go. Yeah, if you just pull it up,
that
like wrap
actually
it up
is
in a bag.
heavy.
Oh, nice. Yeah, just
It
wrap it
has
up like
some,
in a garbage bag or a shopping bag or a backpack, and then just slam the crap out of
yeah.
it.
Okay.
So that would be your slams or your drop squats. And the other
Yeah.
finisher exercise would be DB shucking, which I've had you do a long time ago with the sandbag. But two
Right.
dumbbells. It's the wide one where you're going to push into one hip. You're going to stay hinged like a deadlift, and you would just shimmy side to side, staying in that position. I'm just going to show you from the side so you can see my posture. But my back's nice and straight, and I would just shimmy side to side. And those dumbbells are just hanging out in front. That's it. And
Yeah.
that would be anywhere from 4 to 8 each side, depending on how you feel. Just make sure your toes are straight ahead. I think I see your toes out to the side. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the hard part, because that way we're working on lateral hip and we're not kind of opening up, cheating a little bit.
Okay.
All right, and that is C day. Any questions on that before we go over D day?
I think that's good.
Okay, because I got a really tricky one for your core. That's how it goes. It's the seated rollbacks. So it's a little progression of the egg rocking you had last program.
Uh-oh.
What you do, what you're going to do is sit now, and you're going to try to roll, and then you're going to whip yourself back up to sitting. Roll back, whip back up to sitting.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And you can use your arms too. You can kind of reach back and you can whip those arms forward. I don't care, as long as they're rolling back and forth. And that's anywhere from 4 to 8.
So I start sitting.
Yep. Roll back, whip yourself up. That's the move. Wow, you did that a lot easier than I expected. Most people have a really hard time with that. Nice job.
Okay, got that one.
Okay, so that's seated rollbacks. The next one's a pike with a single arm contra toe reach. I wrote 4 to 8. Honestly, it should say 4 each alternating. So it should be 8 total. I don't know why I wrote 4 to 8. So 4 each alternating. What you're gonna do is set up in a push-up position. And you're gonna do your downward dog or your pike, whatever you want to call it. And once you're up there, you're gonna take one hand and reach towards your opposite foot. You don't actually have to touch. If you can, great, but you just want to reach in that direction. Bring the hand back and then back to push-up position. Reach back up. And then the other arm's going to reach towards the opposite foot and then come back. You should get a little bit of like a chest or a torso twist as you go to reach. That'll be 4 each side.
Push up to pike to reach.
Yes.
Okay, so can you see me?
Yeah, this is perfect.
Push up.
Yep. Pike it up
Pike.
and hang out there.
Well,
one arm's going to reach.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Reach.
And then reset.
Push up.
Yep. And then right back
Pike.
up. Now the other arm reaches. Back to push up. You got it. It would be 4 each side for that one.
Okay.
Okay. So that's your core.
Yeah.
Your next one is a staggered squat to box and then iso bird dog dumbbell row. So let's do the staggered squat to box first. So you need a box or a chair. So this is gonna kind of help from that eccentric single leg. So I'm gonna use my chair here.
Yeah.
So you can see my feet. There we go. Okay. So box is right behind me. I'm gonna have one leg slightly out in front with my heel down, toes are up. So it's like a little kickstand for me. It does get to bend. You don't need to keep it straight. But all my weight's on my back leg, my right leg in this case. I'm just gonna squat down to the box, sit, stand back up. Control the way down. Again, this is my helper leg, but the main leg is the one I'm flat footed on. You would go up and down 4 to 8 each side. Yeah. Now I know this side will probably be good. I know the right side's probably gonna be a little bit harder.
Yeah.
Again, use that kickstand leg to give you a hand. Hey, that's not bad. There we go. We're on that right side. All right. Good.
And I could put a pillow or something to build this up a little bit.
Yes, you can.
which I might do at the beginning at least.
Yeah, no, it looks fantastic though.
Okay.
Okay, your next one is an ISO bird dog dumbbell bent over row. So again, I'm gonna move this back so you can see me. Let me use my coffee mug as a little thing. You see me pretty well right there?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Everything
one hand's
but
gonna
your
have the
head.
dumbbell.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, well, you don't really worry about my head too much. One hand's gonna have a dumbbell. Opposite leg is gonna reach out straight behind you like a bird dog. And then you're just gonna row up and
Oh,
down
okay.
in that position. So just make sure, again, the dumbbell hand is on the ground, opposite leg straight out, and then that arm is gonna row up and down. Let's see what you got.
So your opposite leg to the rowing arm.
Yep. And then you're just gonna hold the bird dog position the whole time and just row for 8. Which looks pretty darn good.
Well,
How's it feel?
Well, it feels fine. I don't fully straighten the arm when I come down.
Because of the floor. So
Go
what you
up on a
could
yoga
do,
block.
I was gonna say, what you could do is elevate your other hand if you really needed to.
Okay.
So yeah, putting the hand on an opposite yoga block would be great. That would give you a little extra range of motion.
Yeah.
How's the stability feel for this? Feel like the hips and core can handle it?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, no, I can go up in weight too.
Awesome. That's even better. All right. Well, that would be paired with your single leg, your staggered squat to box rather.
Uh-huh.
And then your finisher, just 2 exercises. We have a dumbbell arm bar, and then a half kneeling hinge with an IPSY overhead reach. I'll show you what that one is. Arm bar you've done before, but just as a reminder, you're gonna lie on your back. One hand's gonna have the dumbbell, and then the leg that is on the side of the dumbbell, that's gonna straighten up. Move this out of my way. And then I'm gonna roll over my body, and I'm gonna sweep my other arm up overhead and stack my shoulder blades on top of each other. As I come back down, my other arm's gonna slide back to position, and I'm gonna reset to legs nice and straight. So again, it's up, rotate, sweep the arm, punch the ceiling, stack the shoulder blades, roll back, sweep the arm back down, straight legs up.
Yeah, that's like, I mean, it's related to Turkish get up.
Yes, it is. It's one of the first exercises I'll get somebody to do before we start Turkish get upping.
So
if that's a word.
I'm down.
Yep, same leg lifts up. So your left leg in this case should rise since the side of the dumbbell. There you go. And you're going to bend that knee so it's about 90 degrees or so.
And
there we go. Now,
where's this
that
arm,
hand
my right arm?
is going to be straight off to your side at first with your palm down. As you start rolling over, the arm should stay on the ground, but it's going to sweep overhead. There you go. Good. And
So
as you
you're
roll
reaching
back, the arm
up
stays back.
with the weight?
Yes, keeping your eyes on it just to make sure your arm stays stacked. Good. Now, I can't see your other arm, but it should be sweeping on the floor back and forth.
Yeah, it is a little bit.
Okay.
Well, let's try it the other side.
Yeah, I should be able to see this side. Very good.
So
Lift up, roll. Yeah, and then just keep stacking. That other knee actually should stay at 90 degrees. Your knee should try to touch the ground right to the side of you. Yeah, there we go. Good. I was pointing at the camera like you knew.
Is it always palm down on the?
Yeah, it's always palm. It can like at the top if you want to slide it overhead if that feels better and flip the hand. But when you come back down, do palm down. Nice. Yeah, that's the move.
Okay.
Oh, it's looking really good.
Well, it's a good thing we're recording.
Yeah. All right. Your next one is a half kneeling hinge with an IPSY overhead reach. So IPSY means same size. It's the same size as your front leg. I'll show you what this means. So half kneeling. Now, if I was just hinging, it's about pushing the hips back. My knee should shift backwards, feeling tension in my front. The only difference is as I shift back, my right hand's going to go on the ground, and my left arm, the leg that's in front, that arm's going to go over my head, and then I'll pull back in. I'm going to switch sides just so you can see the other side. But again, I'm going to shift into my hip. This knee is going to track backwards, and I'm going to reach overhead with whatever arm's on the side of the leg that's in front, and then back. So again, we're shifting into the hip, putting a lot of tension in the glute. Yeah, there you go. And that would be 4 to 8 per side too. How's that knee feeling right there?
This is fine.
Okay. Well, let's when you're done with that, let's check the other side and see how you feel.
Yeah. Now I forget which one's going. This one's going up.
You got it.
And this one's going to the floor.
Yep. Yeah. Good. You feel some tension in your butt and your hamstring a little bit?
Maybe.
Maybe. Just a little. All right, but that is your C and D day. Before I stop the recording, do you have any questions on any of the exercises?
Not at the moment.
All right. Well, I will stop it now. And obviously, if you ever have questions, we can always talk about them again.